Welcome back to this second episode of the Field of War battle that is part of the Auburn Crown Tactical Warfare mod. The Battle of Derry Lane was in the first episode, and you can see that the red Andanian counters are still there, and they are now about to move west and take Brynnmussel, where the blue Angford and Angnord troops await them. So in this episode, I just want to show you a couple of turns and see how it all pans out, and maybe explain a couple of things along the way. But some of the time I won't worry about doing any narration. You can see it all for yourself. So at the moment I'm just setting my leaders with their attachments to make sure that they get the best combat modifiers that they can if they come into contact with the enemy. The heroes are going to attack that unit of knights that's out there in the corner of that wedge. And they finish them off. The rest of the turn will just be moving into position. One of the things that I did try to do with this particular mod is make it so that lines and formations and so forth were actually important. I don't know the extent to which I've succeeded, but I'm sure I'll hear some feedback on that. With tactical, obviously, especially sort of a pseudo-medieval type of configuration, it's very much unlike that in the sense that the battles take place sequentially, and rather than sort of a one big set piece battle where both sides have set themselves up and they slog it out until one side and the other surrenders or runs away. But hopefully I've achieved something of that. So zooming out, I can see where all the units are. I'm just going to buy some more knights for Vermont. And as the settlements become available, I can deploy closer to the front. Okay, so we'll see that from the other point of view, from the Angford point of view, and watch the replay. Got a couple of research items that came through there. Charge for the cavalry and ranged weapons for the archers. They get an extra hex range, which comes in very handy. So we've seen all of this, of course. Just a bit quicker when it's in replay. Okay, so the plan here is to retreat, essentially. As I'm retreating, hopefully I'll be restoring the strength of some of my units and also getting bows and ballistas onto the castle walls so that they can be useful as the Andanians have to come down, more or less have to come down this road to get to the castle. I'm not going to bother reinforcing the weak units at this stage, move them back and do that at a later stage. So this is all just retreating at this point. In this game, I've pretty much gone with knights as being the main unit. simply because they are the toughest on the board. They get 2 attacks. However, if I want to cover more ground, then I might use some of the cheaper units to fill in gaps. At this stage I don't have any gaps, so the strong units are the way to go. Fairly quick replay without any attacks, and because the enemy is moving away, I'm not going to be able to engage with them just yet. I'm just going to need to move into position as much as possible and as quickly as possible. I can't yet tell whether Castile is guarded at the moment. My field of vision, as extended as it is, has not covered the castle walls yet. So I don't know if he's got anything there, he being me in this case, but hey, you know what I mean. Just going to put those archers in position so that they can cover off any units if they get attacked. With a range of 3, they can hit a lot more than what the artillery can hit in World at War and War in Europe. I finally prized the Queen away from the wolf whistle, where she was wetting her whistle. My goodness, the jokes are bad. Let's move on and just focus on the war, shall we? I probably could wait until a resource closer to the front was available to deploy, but that's all right. If I force march, I'll get there fairly quickly. All right, zooming out, I can see everything that's on the board, well, everything that's in sight on the board, and plan my moves. End the turn, collect around about 90 gold pieces, and that's all you're going to collect as the Andanians. So that's why that initial stewardship of the 2.5 grand that is given at the start is important. Okay, so Brynnmussel farm has been captured, and I'll just continue retreating here and we'll end this turn very soon, and this video. Okay, so we'll end it here, and the next video will be the attack on Castile Castle, and see whether the Andanians can actually get through, because it's a very tough nut to crack. Going to invest in armor and in ranged weapons, because these are the things I'm going to need in the defense of the castle. Hopefully I'll get them fairly quickly. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you perhaps in episode 3 with the castle attack. Okay, bye for now.